All right, all right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Entrepreneurs International Network weekly training session. This is the first one of obviously 2025. Happy New Year, everybody. Hopefully, you guys are rested up and ready to make this year the biggest year of your business life. Hopefully, I mean that's always the intention, isn't it? That we start off the new year that way. But this year is different, right? I mean, what could get in the way of anything changing? No, just joking. But my name is Robert Evans. I am co-founder of a technology company called Actionera. Actionera is basically the parent company of Entrepreneurs International Network, and we have in about 6 months ago we reignited this weekly training series because one of the things that in our world in Actionera is that we come across and work with and collaborate with such extraordinary trainers and leaders and we can't put all of them on our stages like we would like to. So we have so many people that could benefit from these messages across the board. We decided that we were going to revive the EIN calls, and that's exactly what you guys are here for today. And I'm very excited about our guest here today. In fact, I was just talking to her a few minutes ago about how we want her to share with you guys. Because a lot of times, most of the time, I do these calls, either myself or my partner Iman. We do these calls and we do it in a bit of an interview fashion just to kind of get the nuggets from different people. But Alexis is someone who is just an extraordinary plays at a very extraordinary level in our industry, and she has spoken on a number of our stages in Actionera. And I felt that it was best for me to just like unleash Alexis on you guys and have her just give us the wisdom. And I might jump in here and there to maybe ask a question or make a comment and that sort of thing, but it's really about what she has to offer, and she has got some pretty great things to offer, especially for 2025. The topic and the things that she's going to be giving you here today could absolutely transform your business in this year in some really significant ways, and I've seen it over and over and over again with many of the clients that work with Alexis. So Alexis, I'm very, very grateful that you're here today with us. I'm going to bring you into the spotlight. Um, so let me kind of read the official bio, and then I'll tell you a little bit about Alexis myself. Alexis Caldicott is an international speaker, messaging and copyright consultant, and marketing strategist. For over a decade, she has traveled the world teaching thousands of business owners how to master their marketing message, strategy, and copy so they can make and impact millions. Alexis is known as the queen of education-based marketing because her secret blend of psychology, sales copywriting, and education-based marketing has helped her clients gross millions of dollars in sales. She has been featured on NBC, Fox News, CBS, Boston Herald, the magazine Think Seven Figures, and more. Alexis graduated on the Dean's List with honors in psychology and also a classically trained opera singer and a certified drum circle facilitator. Oh my God, I love this.
I
And
like music,
I don't know if
basically,
I
long story short. I like music.
I don't know if I've ever like read your bio before. You're freaking awesome. I love this.
Oh,
And
they wrote it that way.
she lives in upstate New York with her amazing husband Aaron and son River. So what I've asked Alexis today is just like give us all that you can give us in an
Yeah.
hour that we have together,
Yeah.
and because I know what she has to offer is invaluable. So I'm very grateful that she's here today. And Alexis, welcome to EIN, or
Awesome.
Entrepreneurs International Network, and to our community all over the world here. So I'm going to turn it over to you and let you teach us, and then let me know if I can support you in any way.
Awesome, Robert. Thank you so much. Thank you for that warm introduction, too. It's a pleasure to be here. So, hi, Alyssa. Hey, Vera. Hey, Ted. Hey, Bonnie. Hello, hello. Welcome to the new year. Hi, Wayne. Hi, Donna. Hi, Shar. Hi, Tyson. Becky, saw you already, but good to see you again. Larry, Wayne. So I appreciate you guys being on camera. I know it's the start of the new year, and it's like, wait a minute, I still haven't got all the sleep out of my eyes and all the from all the chilling. So I super appreciate you guys being on camera. If you can be on camera, I really, really appreciate that. Because originally when Rob and I were talking about this, we're like, do we want to do this more interview style? Do we want this more workshop style? What do you guys really need? And so ultimately we decided that let's just keep this like a very casual workshop style presentation where I just give you the good stuff and I skip all the fancy speaker stuff. Does that sound good? Like, just get to the juice. Just give me the juice. Just give me the good stuff and skip all the fancy stuff. So I am on gallery mode. I'm looking at every single person that's on camera. I'm going to be looking at you throughout this so that I can see, okay, Tyson's getting this. This is landing. Bonnie's shaking her head. Okay, she's with me. So I appreciate that. Because what we're going to talk about today is really absolutely, I don't know a big enough word to encapsulate how essential what I'm going to share with you is. Because it literally is the difference between billions of dollars and zero. No, I'm not just trying to be dramatic. It really is, because there are business owners that are making multi-billion-dollar mistakes and don't even realize it. Because it's happened. It's happened numerous times, especially with a very big Fortune 500 company that a lot of you have heard about before. Right? They made a huge, huge mistake that cost them billions and billions, hundreds of billions of dollars, and then they went bankrupt. And so what we're going to talk about today, it's more important than sales. It's more important than having the perfect talk on stage. It's more important even than messaging. It is the number one most important thing as a business owner we have to master. So before I share what that is, how many of you remember the company I'm talking about, Blockbuster? Remember Blockbuster back in its heyday, right? Friday night, go get yourself a DVD, right? And pick up a date maybe if you're feeling frisky, some popcorn, whatever on a Friday night. And so, at their heyday, they were a big deal. It was almost like Starbucks. There was one on every corner, right? And so at its peak, Blockbuster was a $6 billion company, a $6 billion company. Now, this little company came along and talked to Blockbuster and said, hey, would you like to buy us? Hello, Marina. He said, would you like to buy us for the bargain price of $50 million? Well, that little company, if you don't know this story, this true story, was Netflix. Holy crap already. Everyone's like, oh God, did they make a mistake? Yeah, Netflix. Netflix said, hey, would you like to buy us for the bargain price of $50 million? They said no. Can you believe that, Penny? They said no. They said no to that. So what was the big mistake? Because this is the critical lesson, every single one of us as business owners, because we're here to be legitimate CEO business owners, not hobbyists, true, serious business owners. The big mistake that they made that we can't afford to make was not being willing to adapt. That was their key mistake. They were at the peak, right? They thought they were never going to fall from that high horse, right? And so they weren't willing to see where things were shifting, how things were going, what people really wanted. And so that's why they said no. Netflix had the vision, right? They saw people wanted convenience. That's why they had the ship the DVDs to your house plan. Remember that? I don't want to brag. I was on the 3 DVD plan back in the day, right? They would ship it to your house. They saw people wanted convenience, Marty, right? They wanted it to be easier for them. And they saw the vision of how things were going to go to streaming, and people wanted convenience. They didn't want another place to stop in their list of errands to do, right? So Blockbuster. Now, here's the real punch to the gut, right? They could have bought Netflix for $50 million. Every time I share this story, I Google to see what Netflix's net worth is now. And I kick myself. I haven't bought stock in it yet. They today are worth $376 billion. That's their net worth as of this moment. $376 billion. And Blockbuster could have had it for the bargain price of $50 million. Insane, right? We have to really let that sink in, because that is the price tag of us not being willing to adapt and see. So how does this apply to you, Bonnie? How does it apply to you, Megan? If we don't see what our marketplace wants, how they're responding, what they truly need, what they're craving, we're not going to be successful. We can't fill our programs. We can't fill our events. We can't sell out our services. We can't sell our products, whatever it is you're selling. It won't sell. We have to be willing and able to see what they want and adapt. And I would say that is my secret sauce. That is my secret sauce, is being able to see what people really need, what they want, what's making them move, what's making them tick, and using your marketing in a way that nurtures and gives them what they want and leads them to what they need. Right? So that's what I'm going to share with you guys today. What we're going to dive deep into today is how you can do this. Okay. And I'm going to skip the song and dance of the rag to riches stories and just get into good stuff. Is that cool? Buy me a cocktail or a mocktail. I'm on the wagon, right? Sometime, and I'll tell you all about it. But what I really want you to know, to make this about you, Larry, is how you can create marketing that will consistently bring you clients and sell out your products, programs, or services. That's what's most important. Because this is not the case for most business owners right now. Most business owners going into 2025, they have all their high hopes, they have the resolutions, they have their goals. They're like, new year, new me, yay, right? Great. We all want that for ourselves. We want that for each other. But most of them are going to struggle. A lot of them are going to struggle. And here's why. The industry, how many of you, wave your hand at me, or if your camera's not off, type me in the chat, are in the coaching or consulting industry? Coaching, consulting industry of some shape or form. Okay, most of you are. Okay, so right now in the coaching and consulting industry especially, but anyone that is in the online business space, you use the online space to get clients. It is extremely oversaturated. Extremely oversaturated. 11 million businesses alone were started in the last 2 years. Think about that. In addition to everyone that was already here, right, hanging out, there's 11 million business owners. So everyone is being taught and told, you got to get visibility, you got to be marketing, you got to get attention. So you've got all these new businesses hearing that they need to get attention. They're all vying for visibility right now. They all want to be in books and podcasts and ads and speaking and doing all these different things. So that's a lot of what? Tyson, it's a lot of noise. It's a lot of noise, right? It's a lot of clutter. It's a lot of people all yelling out there trying to get attention. It has never been more intense and hard to get attention than ever before. Anyone ever heard this before? We are in an attention economy. Anyone ever heard that? You're in an attention economy. It's true. And this is why. Everyone, think about if you go on TikTok right now, if it still exists in a few days, right? TikTok or Instagram, and you go on there and you watch the reels, there's some crazy stuff going on, right? And social media that I'm like, people dancing with polar bears, or, just crazy stuff. And that is the things that's grabbing their attention, right, Bonnie? That's what you have to compete with, dancing with polar bears, right? You have to steal their attention away from the dancing polar bears to your business. That's not easy. That's not easy, right, to do. So it has never been harder before to get people's attention. Here is the antidote. You ready for the antidote? The antidote from standing out from everyone else that's vying for visibility is value. Write that down. That is the antidote to overcoming all the noise, all the distraction, for you to stand out on social media and your email marketing, really any form of marketing that you choose. The best way for you to get attention right now is value. So today I'm going to break down and share with you, parts of my 3M method. My 3M method is how I've helped hundreds of business owners around the world to create millions of dollars in sales. So we're going to dive into the 3M method. And the first part we've already talked about a little bit is your message, right? Your message. Your message has to be up to date to what people truly need. And that ties in with the value. We were just talking about the antidote to all the noise and getting attention is value I'm going to skip to the end and just give you the answer of how you need to update your message right now, because most people's messages are severely outdated. What worked 3-4 years ago is not converting the same way now in your marketing messaging, right? So if Bonnie just says, I'm going to help you make 7 figures in 7 days using my proprietary Facebook list growing method, right? If Bonnie comes up with something like that, old news, we've heard that. And now it's like everyone is smelling the scam on that. You know what I mean? Is it just me? Is anyone sick of hearing that every 2 seconds? You do this, right? People are sick of hearing those messages, those overarching, build your business to 7 figures in X amount of time using this method, right? They want someone that speaks to the messaging that truly works today, speaks directly to the top of mind pain. The TOMP, the top of mind pain. Because Vera, when you know your ideal client's top of mind pain, when you truly know what it is they're thinking about, when they go and lay in bed at night and they're staring at the ceiling, frustrated, going over everything that they didn't do or what they're worried about late at night, and they're frustrated, and you know what that conversation is, Vera? That's an intimate, powerful conversation. That's where we have to enter. We have to enter the conversation that's already taking place in their mind. That's the conversation that we have to speak to. That's what your messaging and your marketing needs to truly speak to, is that top of mind pain. Most people are still staying at the high level, surface level, right? And I'm going to give you some examples of this in a moment of how to do this with your marketing specifically. Actually, no, let me give you a real example right now. I teach marketing overall. So I could say, make a 7-figure business with marketing, right? Something very generic like that. And I could make, let's say I chose a masterclass. I could do a masterclass on how to build a 7-figure business with marketing, right? Not a fancy title. I'm just making this up, but you get my point, right? Build a 7-figure business with epic marketing. That's going to flop today. That's going to flop. It's too general. But if I did a masterclass on something specific, something that is top of mind, that I'm hearing my ideal clients complain about, right? Let's say I was going to talk about how to increase deliverability and engagement with emails, and how to turn that engagement into income. Ooh, now we're getting somewhere. Now I'm talking to something specific that they're actually worried about, that they're talking about. Do you see the difference? Type yes in the chat or nod your head, right? Do you see the difference between just a high level, make 7 figures from your marketing, versus a specific slice of the pie? I want you to think of a specific slice of the pie, right? The holidays are just over, right, Marina? Hopefully no one ate a whole pie in one setting. If you did, no judgment. But right, usually it's just one slice, right? Usually it's one slice. So I want you to think about that in your business. We all have slices of our pie. We have the whole pie of what we do. But think about the different slices, the different pieces of what you do. Doing education-based marketing and content on those different slices and pieces of the pie, that is what is working. That is what is converting. That is the value, right, Alyssa, that we're talking about earlier, that will get people's attention away from the dancing polar bear. See, I told you it all come full circle. That is how we get their attention away from that, is by being the person, and this is the 3rd M in the 3M method, by being the person that shows up for them with really good marketing. The 3rd M is marketing, but specifically education-based marketing. Ashar, have you ever heard of education-based marketing before? Anyone here, type no in the chat or a thumbs down if you've never heard of education-based marketing before. I'm just getting a gauge, just so I know how deep to go. Okay, cool. Awesome. I love when I get to teach this to people who've never heard this before, because this is going to blow your mind. So education-based marketing, for those of you that do know, I'll give you the quick refresher. It is somewhat self-explanatory, right? It is marketing that is rooted, that is founded in educating your prospects before they ever give you a dime. You are giving your very best before you ever are paid a dime. Education-based marketing, EBM for short. What does that do? What does that do, Larry? What does that do, Penny, Maria? If I'm giving before you ever pay me anything, if I'm give, what am I building with you? Yes, Shar, exactly. Trust. Trust. You cannot buy trust. You can buy a lot of ads leaning on a Lamborghini with a money fan saying, I can teach you how to make money, but you can't buy trust, right? And that's what a lot of people are seeing these days on social media. You see so many ads these days. In fact, the average person sees 6,000 to 10,000 ads every single day. The average person in 2024 saw 6,000 to 10,000 ads every single day. Think about that. It's insane, right? So because of that, we're all super skeptical. You are, I am, Robert is, Becky is, right? We see something on social media, we see an ad and it's like, oh, it sounds kind of good, but I don't know, is this person full of it, right? Social media, especially, right? You go, Shar, on Instagram right now, you do half a scroll and you'll see an ad, right? So because of that, that is what you're competing against right now, is all the ads. So how do people know who to trust? Because skepticism is at an all-time high. Again, the antidote is value. Value. If you are giving, if you are teaching, if you are serving, that is how you cut through that. That is how you build trust. So Ted, if you are consistently showing up, and this goes for email marketing as well as social media, but we're going to pick on social media for right now, Ted. If you are consistently showing up on, let's say, your platform of choice is Instagram, and you're consistently showing up and posting content and doing reels and doing content that is giving, that is educational, that is serving them, that is like, ooh, this is juicy stuff. I need to flag this one. I need to save this one. Consistently, Bonnie is seeing that from you, Ted. What does Bonnie automatically think about you? If this is what he gives me now, before I've ever paid him, what is he going to give me later? And you know what else it's building along with that trust is they can rely on you. I don't know about you. I've been let down by a few people in my life who said they're going to do something and they didn't, right? Anyone else? Is it just me? Yeah. Right? Say, Marty, no one's ever let you down in your life. So the same is true with your prospects. Think about that. We all have these battle scars, these wounds of people that said they were going to do something and they didn't. So that is how, when you consistently show up for them, you consistently are giving education-based marketing and teaching them. This is how they begin to have trust in you, that you're going to show up for them, that you're going to give to them, that you're going to be the person that actually does what they say they're going to do. This is how you overcome the skepticism. By simply doing a short post once a day, by simply doing one email to your database a week that's just serving, that's just giving. Being that person, Maria, that is known as, that's how you know, people say, oh, I'm going to show you how to become an expert in your industry, right? That's how you actually do it. That's how you actually do it, right? Because Maria knows when she opens up her inbox, she's on Penny's list. And every time she gets an email from Penny, it is so good. It is so juicy. She might even have a folder just for Penny because she wants to save all Penny's stuff. It's so good. That's how you become an industry leader. That's how you become an industry expert, because Maria is going to go and talk about to Eve and to Alyssa, like, oh my gosh, you got to read Penny's stuff. Her emails are so good. Her content is so good. That's how you truly become an expert. Is this making sense? Can I get a yes in the chat if this is making sense and you're with me? Because I'm just kind of geeking out right now on marketing stuff, and I can just go deep into this and play. And so I want to make sure that this is landing and you're with me. Ted says yes. Megan says yes. Melissa says yes. Alyssa says yes. Okay, great. Thank you, Penny. All right, awesome. So that is the second M, is education-based marketing. Education-based marketing. Now, what is education-based marketing? Let me give you some examples. Education-based marketing could be a social media post, whether it's written, it's a video, it's a reel, doesn't matter. It could be an email. It could be a talk on stage. Let's say Robert says, hey, Tyson, why don't you come on and do one of these EINs with everyone? That's a form of education-based marketing. What I'm doing right now is a form of education-based marketing. I'm giving to you and you've never paid me anything, right? So speaking, social media, email marketing, masterclasses, webinars, podcasts, all of these are different forms of education-based marketing. But the key to really making it work, there's one word. Any guesses? If you want education-based marketing, I said it earlier, but any guesses? If you really want education-based marketing to work, any guesses? What does it have to be? What's the one quality? Yes, Maria, nailed it. Consistent. Exactly. Consistent. Because if I just do it once in a great while and then I post my offers all the time, I'm like the friend that shows up when they want something. No one's ever had any of those, right? Right? No, you're the person that's always there. You're the person they can count on. So you have to be consistent, because when you consistently show up for them and then you make an invitation to a next step, they're ready for it and they want it. They want it, right? So education-based marketing, being consistent with whatever your strategies are to deliver that education-based marketing, it has to be consistent. So the third M in the 3M method is movement. Movement. Great. We got an awesome message that's speaking to their top of mind pain. Great. I'm doing education-based marketing. I'm serving on them. I'm loving them. At some point, someone is always thinking, right, Donna? Okay, Alexis, but when do I get them to buy? When do I get them to take the next step? How do I make money from that, right? So the third M is movement. We got to get them to take action, right? A call to action. So I'm going to share with you one of the best forms to move people to take action, because there's a lot of different ways that you can get people to take action in today's world. And there's a lot of different strategies or marketing tactics, I should say, of how to get people to move to take action. But again, we go back to the very beginning where we started. What was the one thing we have to be willing to do as a business owner? What did we learn? What was the lesson from Blockbuster? You can unmute or type it in the chat. What's the one word we learned from the Blockbuster story? What do we have to be willing and able to do? Tyson nailed it. Way to go, Tyson. Way to go, Alyssa. Yes, Ted. Adapt. Exactly. We have to be able and willing to adapt. Yes. So to be able to adapt, what do we have to do? We first have to do a little analysis, right? We have to look and see, what do people want? If I want to move people and I want to move the most amount of people to take action, we have to know what they want. So we have to do a little analysis. What do people want? Well, I'll tell you what, I did some analysis for you already, because I'm always hunting and looking and seeing what's working, what's not working. What do people want right now? What do they need? Yes, you can ask them. Absolutely. But when you ask people, do they always know what they want? Can they always articulate? No, Marty, they can't always articulate it. But how do they tell you and show you what they want? Their attention, where their attention goes, and their money flows. That's a good one. I just made that up. Write that down. How do we know what they want? Where their attention goes and the money flows. So here's what people want right now, based on what we've seen in the past year or two. Okay. Here's what people really want right now. They want live, L-I-V-E, live events, live content. So everyone remember, oh God, her name just escaped my brain. Not helpful for this point I want to make. Someone will help me out here. Women's basketball. Women's basketball had quite the year, right?
Caitlin Clark.
Thank you. Thank you, Robert. I love you. Caitlin Clark. Thank you. Yeah, right. What a year. What a year she had. What a year women's basketball had. Women's basketball increased in viewership significantly. Live content. Any Taylor Swift fans in the house? Any Tay-Tays, any Swifties, any, okay. Some of you are closeted. I know you are, but you're just not saying it. That's okay, right? Like it or not, right? She showed us what people want, where their attention went and where their money went. Live concerts on TV. Netflix, again, always the visionary. Netflix has tested and shown that people want live content on Netflix. Lives on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook. People want live content. And Netflix has seen this and they're catching on. So they're testing and pouring tons and tons of money into having more live content streamed on Netflix in 2025. So live. People want live. I don't know if my thing is backwards or not. I hope it's not. But I feel like when things update on Zoom, I never know if it's going to change my settings. So live. Live is one of the things that they want. What else do they want right now? Well, what else they want is they want quality. I'm sick of the crap. I'm sick of the lead magnets that are so boring and dull. They have nothing of value in it. I want something of quality. I want something with some meat in it. I want quality, good stuff. What else do they want? They want something specific. We talked about that earlier, right? Being specific instead of being general of, I'm going to help you make 7 figures. Yeah, okay, how? Right? Be more specific. Tell me exactly what to do. What's the step-by-step? I want the specifics. Is it just me? Is anyone else over the fluff and that like garbage? Like, just give me the good stuff. Just get it to me, okay? All right, they want specific. The other thing that they want, without going down the political route at all, I resist that urge, is they want leadership. They want true leadership. Someone that can take them by the hand, show them that things will get better, and here's how to do it. And here's how it's going to happen. We need someone we can count on. We need someone we can believe in. We need someone that can take us down the route that we want to go. So this is what people are wanting. They want live, they want quality, they want something specific, and they need someone to lead them and take them by the hand. So again, I said, if we want to figure out what's the best way to move our leads to take action, we have to do analysis on what they want. This is what they want. We analyze and we look at where things are going in 2025. What do they want? This is what they want. There are a few marketing tactics that nail this to the wall. Any guesses? Any guesses? I said it earlier. I did list a few. Masterclasses. Masterclasses nails this to the frickin' wall of exactly what they want right now. Live masterclasses, right? Well, let me first explain what a masterclass is, because some of you have heard that term, some of you know what it is, but for those of you that don't, or you've heard the term and you're not quite sure the difference between a masterclass and a webinar, and everyone knows what a webinar is, yes? We've all heard of that. Okay, great. A masterclass is similar to a webinar in the sense that it is a short amount of time where you are teaching and training people. So it could be a 90-minute, a 60-minute masterclass. But the difference between a webinar and a masterclass is a webinar is the typical, I'm going to show up and tell you my story, my rag to riches, and then I'm going to tell you 2 things that have some value, but most of it's going to be a lot of stories, a lot of testimonials, a lot of fluff, and really a sales pitch the whole time. Anyone ever experienced those? Yeah, almost everyone here. Those are done. People don't like webinars anymore. because they know that's what they're going to get. They're going to get a lot of stuff about the person, not much about what the person actually said they were going to get, right? A masterclass is different because you actually give them the good stuff. It's true. When a true masterclass is a true masterclass, you're going deep and helping them master something. So, Robert, if you were on at the beginning, read my bio, and you know I'm a music freak. Okay, studied music for years, classically trained opera singer. So in college, this is actually where the term masterclass came from. If you didn't know that, fun fact, it actually came from music classes in college. They would do a masterclass specifically in a certain topic, right? So they would do a masterclass on, the circle of fifths. If you're a music nerd like me, you know what that means, right? They would go deep into a specific topic and call them masterclasses. So that's where that term originated from. And then it became like this whole brand, and it's grown, and you can go watch a masterclass with Gordon Ramsay if you want to, right? But that's where it originated from, that a masterclass is you're truly going deep and teaching something specific on a deep level to people, giving them really good quality, and it's live. And you are the one at the front that is the leader, taking them by the hand, showing them exactly what to do and how to do it. They're walking away with something done. They're walking away with something clear. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you can see the appeal, right? Why people love the master classes. So, there some people that do master classes wrong or poorly, I should say. Yes. But when you're doing a master class the correct way, that is how it's done. You're giving them something they can walk away with that is amazing, that is juicy, that is education-based marketing. So if Maria did a master class and Larry attended, right? By the end of Maria's masterclass, Larry's clear. He knows, okay, do step by step, do these 3 things, right? Or whatever the list is that she gives him. And what else does Larry know? If I want to, I could continue working with Maria and she could show me how to do this, or she could do it for me. So there's usually an offer as well at the end of the masterclass. It could be a free offer where Maria would just say, hey, if you have questions on this and you want to dive deeper into this, I'm offering for a limited time a free call with me where Larry, we're going to go and dive in, and we're going to walk away with this specifically for you and your situation. So it could be a free offer, like a call, or it could be a paid offer to a low priced product, program, or service. So this is why people are loving and seeing such great results from doing masterclasses, is because it's ticking all the boxes. You guys see that? It's ticking all the boxes of what people need and what they're wanting right now. And it presents the next step, right? So we're under this umbrella of the 3rd M, of movement. This is how you move them. You give them what they want. You give them educational content. And then you provide the next step. Who's with me? Type yes in the chat. If this is landing, you're like, yes, this makes total sense. I've known about masterclasses before, but now I'm even more like, yes, I know I need to do these. If you didn't, now you're like, heck yes, I need to learn how to do these. Fantastic. Great. Great question, Ted. Great question, Ted. I'm actually getting near where I'm going to pause for a little bit and we'll do some Q&A. So I'm happy to answer questions, but I'll answer Ted's right now. Our masterclass is free. The model that I teach, yes, I believe they should be. If you're doing a masterclass that is like a 60-minute masterclass, I think it should be free. Because you want, Ted, a low barrier to entry. You want as many people to register for this masterclass as possible. Because let's say, Ted, you market this masterclass and you get 33 of the people here to register for it. Not all 33 are going to show up. But just because they registered, because it was a free event, guess what you now have? A list of 33 hot leads. Because they registered for it. They wouldn't have registered for it if it wasn't a topic they're interested in. Right. So I recommend you make it free, Ted, right, to get as many people to register as possible. So you get people to raise their hand and say, hey, I'm a lead, right? But you want it to be free so you get as many people to register as possible. If you're talking about doing like a longer event, like a one-day event or a multi-day event, then I would charge for that. But a traditional masterclass, I would make it free. So here's where this really gets exciting. Let me give you an example of why masterclasses are amazing at getting people to move, because that's what we're in, right? Of the 3M method, we're in movement. So here's why this is amazing to get them to move. They got to try you out before they buy. They get to experience you. They get to see, okay, I like what Megan's talking about in her marketing, but do I resonate with Megan? Anyone ever heard people buy from people they know, like, and trust? We've heard that before, yes, right? So a masterclass is a way for them to come and test you out, dip their toe in the pool, so to speak, and see, do I like this person? Do I resonate with them? So someone could come on and be like, yeah, I like Megan. Okay, let's roll. Let's do this, right? So it's a great way for them to come and test you out and experience you and see what they want. Here's why else masterclasses are so great when it comes to getting people to move and to take action. They get to experience you, yes. They get to learn from you, yes. They get to be with you live, yes. But you set the content up in a way that leads to your offer. You set the content that you're going to share in a way that naturally, like a breadcrumb trail, just progresses and leads to your offer, so that by the time you share it, it doesn't feel salesy. It doesn't feel like, oh God, here we go in the middle of a pitch, right? It's like, yeah, I want to book a call with you. Oh my God, Ted, I can talk to you for free. Heck yes, I'm going to sign up for that, right? It is this natural progression and leads them to something that they already want and need and are curious about. So let's do some fun math. All right, everyone in for some fun math. I know it's getting towards the end of the day, depending on where you are in the world. It is for me, but we can handle fun math, especially when it's adding up the money we're going to make, right? Right, Donna, we can handle fun math like that. Okay, so let's just say, for giggles, your offer is $5,000. Maybe your offer is 10, maybe it's 2, but let's just say, for example's sake, you have a $5,000 offer. 5K, okay? Can you see that kind of? A 5K offer. Let's say you get 30 people to attend your masterclass. 30 people. So we're not talking a huge event. You don't need hundreds of people there to make money from masterclasses. Let's say you get 30 people to attend. When you're doing your masterclass, let's say you decide to do a free offer to a call with you. So at the end of the masterclass, you teach all of your content. Then at the end of the masterclass, you say, hey, would you like to book a complimentary one-on-one private call with me? That'll be a little bit more glamorous than how I did it, but you get the gist, right? You're going to offer a free call with you. Let's say 40% of them book. 40% say yes to a call. Yay, yes. 40% of them say yes to a call. 12, is that 12? Is my math right? 12, thank you, Marty. I'm seeing him shaking his head, yes. So that's 12 people. 12 people say yes to a call. You with me so far? 30 people were on, 40% said yes to a free call. That's 12 people. Now you're on this private call one-on-one with these 12 people. On this call, you can decide to offer them, quite honestly, whatever feels appropriate to what they need. So maybe Marty goes, when I'm on the call, I'm actually going to offer them my $10,000 program instead of my 5K. They're perfect for that. Great. You have that opportunity, Marty, because we're on a private call with you. If this was on a masterclass, you can't make multiple offers. You got to have one. But on a private call, I can adjust and sell to whatever they need. Right? But let's just stick to this example that it's 5K. Right? So 12 people on the call with you. Let's say you get 25% of these 12 to buy. 25% of 12 is what? What is it? 3? 3? Yeah. Okay, so that equals 3. You just got 3 new clients I'm running out of space. 3 clients. There we go. So 3 clients times 5K equals how much did we just make for one masterclass? There you go, Kayla. Thank you. 15K, 3 times 5. That's easy math, even for me. $15,000. They have something called like stage blindness. Like you cannot do math on stage. It's just not possible. Anyways, so 3 times 5K, that's $15,000 from one masterclass. This is realistic. This is what my clients are doing. Actually, I will give you an example. Wendy Ellen is a client of mine. She did a masterclass like this, and she was doing her education-based marketing to consistently nurture her list, consistently nurture her leads. And then once she had done that for about a month or so, just priming her list and her leads, we had her do a masterclass. And by the end of that masterclass, she had closed $50,000 in sales. A lot of it was from one law firm that was kind of lurking on her list, just hanging out, simmering in the background. She didn't even know they were interested, right? So 50K from one masterclass. But how many of you would be just cool with 15? I would take 15K from one masterclass. I guess I'd do that on repeat, right? So yeah, so this is what is possible. You can make paid offers, yes, but most people need to start with free offers first and get that to work. And then you can graduate to the paid offers. Okay. So who can do this, right? Who of you is wondering like, okay, would this work for me? I don't have a big list. I'm growing my list. Anyone wondering who would this work for right now? Okay. So here's who this is perfect for. If you, how many of you type yes in the chat if you have a list over 100 people? Do you have a list over 100 people in your email database? Couple of you. Okay. This is a definite no-brainer for you. For sure. You should be doing this. How many of you have 0 people on your list, but you've met other humans before? Okay, great. You can do this too. Here's what blows people's mind, Donna. You can have less than 100 people. You can have 0 people on your email list. There are ways that you can fill your masterclass, even if you don't have a list. I'm going to give you a quick example because I want to wrap up so I can do some Q&A with you guys on how you can do this. So Donna, if you don't have an email list, here's a couple quick out of the box strategies on how to fill your masterclass. You could reach out to some people that will affiliate promote your masterclass. What that means is you say, hey, Larry, hey, Marty, hey, Megan, will you share my masterclass to your list and your following? And they say, sure, yes, I will. There you go. They just did a promotion for you as an affiliate marketer, right? So affiliates is one way to get people to promote and help you fill your masterclass. You guys want like a super like stealth ninja way of doing this for your hot leads, and it's really, really high converting when you do it this way and you don't have a list. Do you want it? Okay, I see head nods. Okay. Do an invite only masterclass. That's sexy, y'all. Invite only. Invite only. That means you don't market it out to everyone. Let's say, let me pick on someone new, right? Let's say Penny. Let's say Penny, she goes through and she makes a list of all of her hottest leads, people she's met at networking events, people that she recently met at a speaking gig, whatever it is. Penny goes through and she makes a list of the people that she's had some great contact with. You're going to privately message and call and text and email them with a private exclusive invitation. And you make that very clear. This is invite only, private invitation, right? Small workshop style. Doing something like that, when you do a private invite only event, Penny, the smaller thing, I want you to write this in your notes. Intimacy goes up, sales go up. Intimacy goes up, sales go up. So Penny, let's say you'll get 12 people to attend. That's okay. Most likely you're going to get 80% of them to book a free call with you. Because the higher the intimacy, the higher the conversion. The smaller the event, the bigger the conversion, right? So, I mean, if you get 10 people to book a call with you, 30% buy, you still made 15K. So whether you have a list or not, is this anyone like, oh my God, right? Masterclasses is a brilliant way to consistently be closing 5 figures a month or more, right? So here's what I want to share with you guys right now is I am doing a 1-day intensive event where I'm going to show you exactly how to do everything. I'm going to open it up to Q&A and answer some questions for you in a minute. But would it be all right with you if I just take 2 minutes to tell you about this 1-day training where I'm going to go deep into everything you need to know to host a masterclass that makes you money? Do I have your permission to take 2 minutes to just tell you about that? Okay. Marina says yes, and I see some head nods. Okay, great. So it is going to be January 31st. January 31st, it is a 1-day intensive training. It's called the 5-Figure Masterclass Mastery. It's going to help you consistently get more clients every single month. How many of you are seeing that you can do this? Like, give me a thumbs up or type, I can do this in the chat. Like, I can do this. I'm seeing how this is possible. Okay, great. This is why you need to be at this 1-day event, because I'm going to show you everything you need to do, Marina, so that you can do this. Right? I'm going to show you how to fill the event, whether you have a big list or you have no list. I only gave you 2 ideas. I've got a list of 20. I'm going to go through and break them down and teach with you how to fill your masterclass. How to remember we talked about specific, the piece of the pie, what you should have your masterclass be specifically on. What is your piece of the pie that you should lead with? So what your content should be about, what the title of the masterclass is, because that's where a lot of them die on the vine, so to speak, right? The title is just doesn't make any sense. It's not clear, or it's too cutesy because ChatGPT wrote it. Like it's not clear. So how to title it, how to create the content for it, how to fill it. And here's one of the biggies we're going to dive into. Because everyone's like, okay, great, this sounds great, but where's the fine print of why aren't masterclasses good? I will tell you right now the downside, the dark side of masterclasses. The show up rate. Oh, God, the show up rate. The show up rate, meaning how many people show up to the event, right, Robert? You get 100 people to register. Most people will get 30 to 40 people to show. 30, 40, maybe 50% show up rate. My clients and I, on average, get about 65 to 70% show up rate to a free masterclass. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, how to get people to show up at your events. Okay. And I'm going to show you non-techie, who's tech challenged. Any fellow people that just struggle with the technology. Okay, it's not just me. I'm going to show you super, super, super simple tech, easy ways to fill a masterclass. I literally, by the time right now, could show you how to build a landing page in less than 30 seconds, and it doesn't involve AI, right? How to set up your masterclass landing page in less than 30 seconds. I'll show you at this 1-day event how to do that. So again, it is January 31st. What is that? A Friday? It's a Friday, January 31st from 10 a.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern. It's an all-day, 1-day intensive training. And so the tickets to this event are $97 to come and register to join us at this 1-day intensive event. But because Robert and I and Iman and I are such good friends, we do so much stuff, no pun intended, we collaborate a lot together and do a lot of fun stuff together. So how about I give it to you just for free? Would that be okay? Could I give it to you for free? I'm going to walk my talk, education-based marketing. I'm going to give it to you for free. So Kayla, could you drop the link in the chat? Cat's out of the bag. You can come with me to this 1-day event for free. But here's my ask, right? Because I'm giving this to you as a gift on behalf of Robert and Iman. Only register if you're actually going to come. Please only register if you're actually going to come. It is worth it. Trust me, you need to be there. No excuses, rearrange, do whatever you need to do to be there. Because this could be the thing that changes things for you in 2025. But please register if you're going to come, and you should come. You absolutely should come. But I want you to honor the gift by showing up to this event. So come and join us at this event. Again, it's going to be delivered on Zoom. It's a 1-day virtual event, January 31st from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. And I can do the free tickets today only for Robert and Iman's people. And I can do this for about 20 of you. So grab your ticket now. The link is in the chat. And I'm going to wrap up right here. And then we'll just do a little Q&A. Or Robert, if you have any questions or things you want to share with everyone, but go grab your ticket to the 5-class mastery, masterclass mastery event.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I want to say, add to this a couple things. I believe that you are spot on in that shift from the webinar, which has been the thing that's been around forever, to
Mhm.
that masterclass. There's a psychological massive difference in the way people interpret that. Webinar, I think, is just the thing that people expect they're going to be sold something. It's a webinar to sell something. A
Yep.
masterclass, and if you think about it, masterclass, the brand masterclass, which is a big brand nowadays, where they
Yep.
have celebrities and that sort of thing doing that sort of thing. They do that for a reason. So you're straight. I mean, it's very important the language that is used. And of course, you know all of this because it's your world, but that language that you use is really, really powerful. And I think people find that they psychologically believe that there's just going to be a different value that comes with that.
Yes.
And the other thing is that when it comes to one of the things I wanted to say is that when it comes to having no list or a small list, every business that I've built over the last 20 years, and I've built some very big communities, 100,000 plus people on our community, multi-million dollar companies. The number one most powerful strategy that continues to be the strategy that we use today is collaboration, joint
Hmm.
ventures. You don't need a list. You just need the passion to get someone else that does have a community of 100 or more people, to be excited about what you have to offer to tell their people about it. And that's what will fill the room, the masterclass for you. So under no circumstance you ever shy away from something like this because you don't have a list, because there are so many other avenues to get into it. And by the way, how do you build a list? Well, you do master classes too, right?
Right. Exactly. It's
Those
like the chicken and the egg, except this time
yeah,
we know which one comes first.
yeah, those people that don't book a call with you are on your list and may book a call with you down the road, right? So
Exactly.
that percentage of people on the call, it increases as you go along. So absolutely brilliant. I do want to make sure there's a time for a couple questions. I see that
Yeah.
Donna has her hand raised. So can we go with Donna first? All right, Donna, go ahead and unmute.
Hi, Donna.
Sorry,
Try.
I had to hit the correct button.
No
Can you hear
worries.
me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you for taking my question. So, Alexis, I wanted to clarify a little bit more about what are your recommended quick turn ways to find top of mind problems that, in my case, my particular target audience, of what it is that they're looking for, what their pain points are, and specifically what they are looking currently for solutions for. So what are easy, quick turn ways other than having to go through the laborious, time-consuming process of scheduling one-on-one meetings with them or asking them to fill out surveys online, those types of things to glean that information? What are some other quick and easy ways to handle that?
Yeah, great question, Donna. Is that a good question? Others wondering what that is? How do I figure out what's my slice of the pie I'm going to talk about? Okay, great question. So yeah, there's the more laborious things like doing market research calls. Ugh, God, right? effective, but time consuming. And the survey thing, it's like pulling teeth to get people to answer survey questions. So here are some of my favorites, Donna. There's a few different ways, but here are some of my favorites. Is when you are doing your sales calls with people. When you're doing sales calls with people, you should have somewhere that you are taking notes. Sales calls are a gold mine. When you're doing sales calls, you're hearing the complaints nonstop. You're hearing them complain about it and talk about it. Especially if you're running it correctly, you're asking them what problems they have, having them dive in. Take notes on your sales calls, because whether they say yes or no to buy and to work with you, it's still gold. It's still gold. So listen to that. Your clients. What are they complaining about? So one of the exercises I have my clients do is we do an exercise where we sit down and we write down, okay, over the past 2 weeks, take 10 minutes, over the past month or over the past 2 weeks, what are the same questions and complaints I heard over and over and over again from my sales calls, from my clients? So from the mouth directly, right? And then also ChatGPT, believe it or not, there's a really great prompt. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that on the one-day training as well, of how to do some market research on ChatGPT on their top of mind pain. There's a prompt that I can teach you, Donna, to put in there, and it's pretty freaking good. Like what it comes up with at their top of mind pain and what they're complaining about is pretty spot on. So those are a couple quick examples of how you could do that. Good question. Yeah, you're welcome. Did I answer that, Donna, for you? Okay, great.
Yep, I was there. Thank you, Donna. Eve, you had your hand raised. Did you want to ask your question? Let's see, where are you at, Eve? Eve. Let me find you. Gallery. There you are. You can unmute if you want, Eve.
Thanks. So are there any requirement for the offerings you provide? Like, does it have to be a course, or does it have to be one-on-one workshop? Like, and also to what degree of like interaction does that require? Like any requirement for your offerings? Thank you.
Yeah, great question. So I've had lawyers do master classes who have very high retainers, and it worked for them. I've had someone who sells wigs do them and make 50K from them. I've had coaches, consultants do them. So quite honestly, a golf pro who teaches just like video courses on how to improve your swing. So literally master classes can work for anyone that sells anything, right? Because it is a form of education-based marketing, and then saying, hey, would you like some help with that at the end? Right? It's that simple. So really anything that you sell, if you want to share with what you do, I can tell you specifically if this would be good for you, but I have yet to meet anything that we couldn't turn into a masterclass.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Eve. Anybody else have any other questions? One of the things that is happening, I think there is a really huge shift that's happening in online marketing coming into 2025. There's definitely a shift in the way social media content is being seen now. It's going more from, well, how many people do you have on your list or subscribers or that sort of thing? It's going more towards the TikTok strategy of organic traffic, your content really getting
and engagement.
And engagement. Exactly. The engagement's really powerful. And then, you know, from how people learn in what environments they learn in is also going to shift in a huge way. So the thing I love about you, Alexis, I just really want to like shout from the rooftop how freaking awesome you are. Is that you absolutely have your finger on that pulse, and it's really brilliant. How you're not just doing the same status quo, right? That has probably made you, a lot of money over the years. You've been doing what Blockbuster didn't do. You've been
walk my talk, baby.
You've been walking your talk. So I love that. So I just really want to make sure everybody understands how amazing Alexis is as far as her ability to be able to guide you, to be able to create real success in your business. And I encourage you, sign up for that master class, and you won't regret it. So one last check-in. Does anybody else have any other questions? All right. Well, then that wraps up our EIN call for the very first one of January 2025. Happy New Year, everybody. Woohoo! And Alexis, thank you so much. As always, you're so brilliant, and I appreciate you being a part of our community, and everybody else. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week when we do our next training. All right. Take care. Bye-bye. Stop.